Edgar Cayce named 5 zodiac signs who will get rich in 2024. 2024 is the year of the beginning of large-scale changes. The stars predict the destruction of old dogmas, transformation in the political, economic, and spiritual spheres of our lives. However, despite the fact that 2024 will be full of novelty, the key phrase will be the year of the beginning of large-scale changes. Nothing comes into our lives at the snap of a finger. 2024 will be only the starting point of this path. We will all have to realize and get used to the changes that will begin to happen very soon. This is very good, because the future opens for all of us that door of opportunity that we were not able to get through before. The year 2024 will mark the transition of the old established world to a new world, which will be absolutely unique and incomprehensible for us today. Let's also find out what awaits us in 2024, according to the famous prophet Edgar Cayce. Just to get started, write your zodiac sign and subscribe to my channel. And we begin. Forecast for 2024 Aries. For Aries, 2024 will be karmic in some sense, but not fatal. Fate forces you to develop qualities that previously seemed weak and irrelevant. If before this pressure and determination worked, now you can try yourself in the role of a diplomat who learns to negotiate and take into account different opinions. Self-esteem and attitude towards oneself are rebuilt. Against this background, for Aries women, it will be a discovery of alternative behavior of close men who may behave differently, hinting that your desires and needs can also be revealed from a new side. Moreover, such a transition is not necessarily associated with conflicts and misunderstandings. It is important for Aries men to establish relationships with close friends, male bosses and male family members. Forecast for 2024 Taurus. In 2024, Taurus will have internal ambitions, the need to strengthen their reputation and expertise in target interests. The optimal time to become even better at what you were already good at in terms of your main talents. At the same time, the level of self-criticism increases. In the race for scale, the shortcomings that each of us has are more acutely perceived. One of the lessons of the year is to maintain the chosen vector, even if things are not going well. On the other hand, external circumstances force us to speed up and live at a more intense rhythm, to take on several things at the same time. We try to avoid the monotony of what is happening, we experiment, but we do not risk our assets and money. Forecast for 2024 Gemini. In 2024, Gemini will convert accumulated knowledge into concrete action. A professional direction is relevant, where external circumstances will require patience and the ability to play the long game. We temporarily shift the focus from multitasking to the mode of one specific direction or project. There is a reassessment of the environment, where the main filter will be the usefulness of the established connections. People who cannot be relied on and whose words cannot be trusted leave the context. At the same time, a year with increased rigidity requires you to fulfill the promises you made. Forecast for 2024 Cancer. For Cancers, the coming year is a relatively mild and consistent period, which does not imply sharp jumps and radical changes in what is happening. We continue to develop the main trajectories chosen earlier. We minimize risks and avoid emotional stress despite being impressionable. Reliability and additional insurance will not be superfluous. We focus on peace and security. At the same time, the year is favorable for working with fears and experiences of the past that prevented you from living in the present day. We work with anxiety and use psychological techniques to get rid of unreasonable fears. Forecast for 2024 Leo. The year 2024 for Leos is more drawn to the public than usual and pushes them towards leadership roles. To get extra luck, we motivate ourselves with the opportunity to set a good example for others. We take custody of weaker people from our environment, thereby demonstrating our strength. In the second half of the year, We strengthen our health in any way possible. We increase the intensity of physical activity, monitor nutrition and immunity levels. The period also draws you into competition and forces you to compare your successes with those of others. We do not give in to the temptation to prove our worth to someone from the outside so as not to waste time. Forecast for 2024 Virgo. Dev is in for a year of asceticism and forced compromises. You may feel external pressure to give up one value in order not to lose another. These could be people who are important to you, sources of income, or free time that you are used to spending the way you want. Trying to sit on two chairs leads to the loss of both options. But at the end you get wisdom and composure, which will not allow you to get into unfavorable situations in the future. We use the skill of calculating and analyzing, putting emotions into the background. We remember that any discomfort is an opportunity to become stronger and more resilient. Forecast for 2024 Libra. For Libra, 2024 will be marked by learning and acquiring new skills. We do not hesitate to play the role of an inquisitive student who is chasing valuable knowledge. We ignore negative news that will try to draw your attention into the destructive information field. At the same time, do not forget to relay the useful knowledge gained to your environment. We remain open, meet new people, expand our social circle in order to enlist the support of external circumstances. Forecast for 2024 Scorpio. In the first half of 2024, Scorpios experience a change in values and basic life guidelines, which begin to lose their relevance. The period actualizes the concept of morality, honor and dignity. You will be faced with a choice: to act correctly from the point of view of internal guidelines, or as it should be according to the circumstances. Do everything to maintain self-respect. In the end, this choice will only work to your advantage. In the second half of the year there is much less tension. This is an excellent opportunity to get promoted and take a higher position in the service or scale up your projects of a creative and commercial nature. Forecast for 2024 Sagittarius. 2024 forces Sagittarius to pay attention to details and solving tactical problems. The habit of thinking strategically remains relevant, but we have to recognize that the little things matter in the long run. Also, the financial sector is one of the most relevant in this period. It's time to take any initiatives aimed at expanding cash flows, even if you are satisfied with everything today. Any losses and unforced expenses will hint that you are not making enough efforts to grow in these directions. Forecast for 2024 Capricorn. 2024 teaches Capricorns to enjoy the here and now. Pay attention to joys that activate a mode of serenity and healthy hedonism. Start looking for a new hobby that you have never tried before. Or revive hobbies from childhood. Excessive pragmatism leads to the desired result, but leaves behind the opportunity to get a thrill from what is happening in the moment. Learn to periodically shift your focus from urgent and important matters to optional ones, but which bring pleasure and joy to your inner child. If possible, spend more time with your children, learn from them creativity and the ability to play. Forecast for 2024 Aquarius. In 2024, Aquarians will have to strengthen their resistance to stress and psychological endurance. This is a time of internal transformation, rebirth and powerful emotional transitions. Maximum success awaits those Aquarius who are not afraid to take risks a little more than usual. A great opportunity at the end of the year to tell myself, I have changed and become much stronger. We get rid of bad habits, train endurance in the gym, try energy practices to maintain the necessary psychological tone. Forecast for 2024 Pisces. For Pisces, 2024 promises a variety of events and the development of various key areas of life. The main psychological trend is associated with internal maturation. You have to take on more responsibility than usual. Understand the value of discipline and control over your emotions. At the same time, solve the problems of loved ones. This direction should not be ignored, as these people in the future will provide you with the necessary support in difficult times for you. A year of creative breakthroughs that enhance your imagination. The difficulty of the period is that, along with self-control, it is important not to forget about the search for inspiration in contact with beauty. You can master design trends, learn to play a musical instrument, or pick up paintbrushes and start creating.